Maybe if you got rid of that old yee-ass haircut that you got, you get some bitches on your dick. Nah, better yet, maybe Tanisha will call your dog ass if she ever stop fucking with that brain surgeon or lawyer she fucking with.
You see the live reenactment of that?
I did. Can you cut that into the show? Hello and welcome to the 24th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and I'm here with my coworker, Jordan.
Yeah, you heard that. I heard the slippage. You let it in.
We're co-host. He's my co-worker now. I think he's technically like one of my bosses.
Yeah, kind of.
That's fun.
Sure. So
he's above me, and
you're fired.
Okay, yeah, all right. I ain't even started yet. But yes, we announced it the other week, but we are actually co-workers now as of next week.
And by the time this episode goes up, it'll have been your first day done.
Yes.
So.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
Working with your boys is fun.
I'm excited. So, anyway, how you doing, Chris? How's it been?
I didn't even finish the intro, bro.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even finish.
Listen, I'm just eager to hear about you, okay?
I know. I'm such an interesting person, but I gotta finish the intro.
Alright, go.
So, if you enjoy listening to a podcast in your favorite podcasting app, you can import our RSS feed, the link for which is in the description. Likewise, if you like listening to podcasts on Spotify, the link is also in the description. If you want to contact us, Synapse Misfire at pm.me. Now the intro's over. Now you can speak.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. What have you been up to? I know today was your fateful last day at work.
Yeah. It's my last day at my former job now.
Yeah, former job. Yeah. It went well. No one was like, Chris, fuck you.
Well, there was some of that, but it was mainly like, weirdly enough. Do you mind? Weirdly enough, my boss has talked to me over the past 2 weeks, a couple of times. He was like, no, I never heard any complaints about you and things like that. And said, well, if you ever want to come back, you're all more than welcome to. I just feel like they're really trying to keep me there.
Yeah.
They're really trying to keep me there.
Yeah, going above and beyond to keep you there.
For a place that was like so adamant to push me out of discussions and things.
Yeah.
And not want to hear my point of view.
Yeah. They
really wanted to keep me there.
Yeah, as you know, I recently just transitioned positions in the same company, and I could get into detail about things like that, but obviously, as I stated, same company, so I'll just...
It doesn't make sense to.
Yeah, I'll just leave it out of there, but I feel you. I understand what it's like to, they'll tell you your input is valid, and then when it actually comes time for that input, they're just like, what do you know, dumbass?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something you run into, especially being in our age.
Yeah, you get that a lot, just because
I'm not even 20 yet.
Yeah.
I'm 19. And no one wants to listen to the 19-year-old kid, even if he is right.
Yeah, no, you get that a lot. I mean, I was the head of my last position, and I still got that. I was literally the only one in the... Well, not technically the only one in the building, but the only one in the department qualified for what I was doing, and they would still insist, like, no, you don't know.
Yeah, same thing. That was a lot of what I did. Was I was the IT manager. I was the only...
IT guy, yeah.
Yeah, for a while, I was the only guy, right? And I knew that place in and out. I worked there for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
I knew that place in and out, right? And then, when it comes time to, I think, as an administrator, it would make my life easier, make users' lives a lot easier to do X, Y, and Z. And relative to how much the company takes in, it would be a small portion. Oh, What do you mean? We gotta pay for stuff? Oh, we gotta pay for tools? What do you mean? What do we...
It's tough because you get a lot of higher ups that look at it as like, we shouldn't have to pay any money to do anything, and it's like, well, what do you mean? There's a thing called projects, and Those projects cost money, and they need backing, they need manpower.
Well, it's I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it because there's I can drag certain people through the mud, and I really don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I got you, but I do understand where you're coming from. It is bullshit when stuff like that happens, but hey, luckily you're not there anymore now, are you?
That's true.
And just know that I will listen to you with any complaints, death threats.
Yeah, that's sometimes at work, you just have to let off a death threat. So
yeah, neck backwards. That's it. that's the death threat.
The only thing I'm really gonna miss, work wise, is being able to just straight up fix my own computer problems because I'm the administrator.
Yeah.
Now I have to wait for some other schmuck to do it for me.
Yeah.
And before I was the schmuck you had to wait on.
But now
now
you're a waiting schmuck for
and now
some
I'm
other
the
schmuck.
schmuck who has to wait.
Actually, the IT guy where you're gonna be is like 8.5 feet away from you.
Really? So
One
he
door.
better be real quick.
Like the distance between you will be from like that chair in the corner, approximately like 10 feet away, to that window on the side
Shit,
of you.
he better be quick.
Yeah, but the problem is with the company you're going to is massive.
No,
so...
I'll take his job real fucking quick. I'll get that place into shape.
I don't know. I think, as much as you know, I think this might be just a notch above.
Well, I think you're underestimating me.
I think maybe I am, but I'm interested to see. I'd be interested to see.
I have an IQ of like 73.
I'm not... First of all, I ain't talking about IQ. Second of all, mine's 64, so back the fuck up.
It's actually formidable. I thought I was dealing with a single-digit IQ gentleman.
No, he was just screaming in the background.
Yeah, he's doing that. He's a fuck.
But yeah, I think you'll do good. Like where you're going.
I hope so.
It'll work well because you're going to school soon.
Speaking of cat, my cat specifically, he loves that chair that you're in.
I feel like every week or every other week, whatever, when we record, I feel like there's always something with this chair where like it started off as he would kind of lurk in the background just looking at me, and then today I came in and he was sitting in it.
Yeah.
He was sitting in the chair looking at me.
He was just posted up.
Yeah.
He's actually, I'll be sitting and I'll see him every so often. He'll like get up from like his nap on the chair, and he'll start digging in the chair. Like there's
marking
something
his
in
territory.
There.
He's like,
I don't know what he's looking. No, he's like he'll get his paws down.
Oh, in the crevice.
Yeah, and I don't know what he's looking for. It's probably what I think, because you know how when you move in the chair it makes a ton of noise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he thinks there's some kind of animal in the chair, and he wants to kill it, and he can't figure out where it is because there's no animal.
Yeah, understandable.
So,
animal,
he's been very, very interested in that chair.
Understandable. He's just posted up on it waiting for the animal to come out.
Yeah, he'll sleep there for hours on end. He'll wake up and then just stare at me for like 5 minutes, and then he'll fall asleep again.
He's like, "Is that the animal?"
Yeah, he'll just, like intently just stare at me like I just shot his children.
He just made an effigy out of his children like I did with the mice.
Like,
shit. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the chair, but one of these days I feel like I'm gonna come in. There's just gonna be a cat turd on it, and he's just gonna be like, "Nah, that's mine, bro."
It's gonna be. You're gonna come in one day. You're gonna sit down. You're like, where's Chunk? And he's gonna descend from the ceiling and just rip your eyes out.
Good thing you don't have drop tile, I guess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be really scared. It's like I'm gonna see the laser cutting it out.
His little claw comes through.
Cuts out a circle. Like it drops it on my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, Chunk. We give him too much credit.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Come here. He doesn't want to come here.
I don't blame him.
What about you, Jordan? Have you done anything?
I am still cracking my way through Valhalla.
Still? It's been like 15 years.
I'm at 70 hours.
God
67
dang.
hours, actually, to be precise. And aside from that, there was a VR ported on SideQuest that I've been waiting for. I've been dabbling with. Doom 3 VR.
Okay.
But yeah, Doom 3 VR. It's a port by a team known as Dr. Beef. Group of guys. They make really awesome ports of older games.
Do they make hamburgers?
No, they don't.
Dr. Beef?
Dr. Beef, no.
Hamburger.
No, he his like cover image is like a prime beef. It says like 100% prime beef or something like that.
Like a Angus prime USDA certified type beat.
Yeah. But it's cool because basically the game's like in essence free because you can buy Doom 3 on a Steam sale for $1, and what you have to do is you buy Doom 3, you port it from side quest to the quest 2 or your quest 1, whatever, and then you just kind of transfer some files and you just have this VR port, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty freaking fun and like
it's pretty epic,
fucking horrifying if I do say so myself. So I've been just dabbling with that. I've been seeing a lot of yee ass haircut memes.
Yeah, that's been huge.
That I don't know why it blew up.
It's been 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the actors recreating it, like,
yeah, that part was really funny. Actually, I liked that.
That was creative. Yeah.
It was like a shot for shot recreation.
Yeah, that was actually cool.
That was really cool.
But I've been seeing a bunch of those memes, and yeah, it's just been vibing on the internet. I'm just waiting. For the next big game. After
what game
Valhalla.
Specifically? You looking for anything?
Honestly, the Medium comes out the 28th, which I'm excited for. But also,
I'm the large.
I already made this joke last time, man. Gorn is coming natively to the Quest January 28th.
No shit. Hey, funny thing about that, not about Gorn, but about the Quest in general. Today I got an, you know how Oculus will just give you notifications every once in a while?
Yeah, about like, you should try this game because you played this game.
Yeah. They gave me an advertisement for The Climb. I own The Climb.
Yeah, they do dumb shit like that. Or they'll notify you if you have like an Oculus credit and you leave a penny. It'll be like, your 1 penny expires soon. Use it wisely and like stuff like that.
The fuck am I gonna use a penny on?
And they send some dumbass emails out.
That could be a good idea. Think about, you get a Steam gift card in $20, but the game you want is $19.99, right? You got the penny left over. They should have, like, every couple hours, a cheaper, or like every day or whatever, a cheaper game will go on sale for a penny, and you got your penny game every day.
That is cool, actually. That's a sick idea.
That'd be a good idea.
The only problem is Steam
take
has
that
taxes
idea
now. So like a $19.99 game comes out to like $23.74, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Unfortunately.
You're right. I have to pay my taxes.
Yeah.
Pretty gross.
But I do see what you're saying. That would be pretty epic, though. That'd be sick.
Penny games.
The penny pile or something like that. And it's just
the
a
penny
bunch
pile.
Of just a bunch of little fucking penny games.
He doesn't care. Why do I even buy this cat toys?
I don't know.
He's
I
just
asked myself the
looking
same
at
thing.
it. No, he doesn't care.
Yeah, makes sense.
I hate this dude.
I hate him too. Other than that, we had Galaxy Unpacked. Not sure if you want to get into that yet, or because we do have that coming up, but not sure if you have anything else you'd like to talk about.
Yeah, I do actually.
All right, kick us off, baby.
I have a couple things. So, as you know, because we've just mentioned it not 20 minutes ago, I now work with Jordan.
Yeah.
In that process of getting hired, you have to do the normal pre-employment stuff, background check, drug test, whatever. I actually went to the place to get my drug test done, and they took forever to call me, which was a pain because I really had to pee. I went because I really had to pee, and I just went because I was like, I'm on my way home, and I got to get this done anyway. So, so I'm sitting in the waiting room. I'm like, oh, God, come on. So I finally go in. It was like weird too. I had to pick out the test. Yeah. I had to take it off the shelf, hand it to the woman. She had to show me it wasn't tampered with.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not worried you're trying. What?
Yeah, I know.
What is your issue?
That's what they do, though. Yeah.
So then she took out the thing, explained it to me, and made a mark on like where I had to, how much piss I had to give, right? So I did that. It was like blue. You were supposed to flush the toilet. There's like blue dye in the toilet.
Yeah, and that way they can tell
that you peed, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I did the test. All went well, but I get out of the bathroom after I was done with the test. I hand her the cup and I go, here's the pee-pee cup. I looked her dead in the eye, square in the eye. I said, here's the pee-pee cup. And she was just dumbfounded. She had no idea how to react.
She's like, what the? Fucking retarded? Like, what?
He's like, I'm surprised she wasn't like, yeah, you failed right on the spot just for that.
She just dumps it out in front of you. She's like, clean that up, fucking maggot.
Clean that up, monkey boy.
Don't worry, guys. Chris, oh, never mind. Never mind.
I knew you were going with that.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind. I'm just not even gonna waste my fucking breath. I was gonna say something, but.
So yeah, that's what I did. I cannot believe I said that. Look, this poor woman, square in the eye.
Was she like an older woman or like our age or?
No. She was like slightly before middle age, like maybe mid to late 30s. Because she hadn't gone gray or anything yet, but she clearly wasn't young.
She just goes, I don't get paid enough for this fucking bullshit.
I just don't get that. Yeah, here's the pee-pee cup. And I was like, it was one of those times, I immediately realized and regretted what I said the second it came out of my mouth.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But all went well.
Yeah. So, you got hired, right?
Yeah.
So.
Whatever, you know.
Yeah. Nice.
So.
Epic. Is what it is, though. That's funny, though. That is actually hysterical. At least you weren't like, yeah, like a British accent. Here's my urine.
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 I also had an incident in my house. There was a bit of a toilet incident.
Okay.
The sump pump that actually pumps all the poo-poo water out into the tank. We have a septic tank.
Yeah.
Into the septic tank. Wasn't working. It was on a GFI, and the GFI popped because there was like water behind it. So the GFI popped, and we still don't know where the water came from. It's like gone now.
Oh yeah.
We still have no idea where it came from. And it hasn't happened again. But that's not the point. So I thought I clogged my toilet because it wasn't flushing.
Yeah.
It wasn't flushing. And it turns out the issue was that it was just sitting in the pipes, or was filling up the pipes.
And just sitting in there.
And just sitting. So I'm sitting there with a toilet plunger for like 20 minutes, just going to town with the plunger. And then all of a sudden, shit water starts coming up through my shower drain. Like, oh God, this is going to be a thing. So we figured it out, and we got the pump going, and it works now. It works fine.
So you just had shitty water coming out of your drain?
Yeah.
Hey, at least you didn't turn on the sink or something.
So, what I ended up doing is we had to spend like 2 hours cleaning it all up.
Oh, the tubs there?
Yeah.
Really? So that much came out of it?
Oh yeah, there was like a half inch of standing shit water. In the bottom of my shower. We went through and we bleached the whole thing.
Well, yeah, understandable. You should have just sent Chunk in there, let him lick it all up.
I left the door closed specifically for that reason, so he wouldn't, because I know he would.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
He's an idiot.
I don't know, he looks pretty dapper from this angle.
He looks like a retard.
I think he looks dapper. Got his little thumb.
Oh yeah,
he's giving a thumbs up.
He is giving a little thumbs up. That's actually in cat language. That equates to the finger.
Oh, so he's just pegging us off right now.
Yeah.
He's pegging me off, actually.
Yeah, he took his chair. What did you do to the mic? What the hell happened?
I whacked my headphone on. He actually is pegging me off. He's like, get out of that chair, you son of a bitch.
That's his chair.
I don't blame him.
It's his chair now.
Then again, he hasn't bought me another chair, so.
Yeah. What bills do you pay to be claiming chairs in this house? See?
He's looking at me like, what bills do you pay? Hey, shut up.
It's like about Galaxy now?
Galaxy? Hey, do you think they're going to do another limited Fortnite skin with this lineup? Because they did it with the last two.
I have no idea.
Curious. Anyway.
My Fortnite account has the Galaxy S9 skin, Note 9 skin.
Yeah, I have the Note 9 skin and the Note 10 skin.
It's pretty epic.
But, well, actually, yeah. I don't
it's
know
actually the only.
It's
like one of the only skins I do have.
Epic.
I've played like 45 minutes of Fortnite.
Anyway, Galaxy Unpacked happened January 14th.
Wow.
And the only thing I was even slightly excited for, to see at Galaxy Unpacked was the new earbuds. I didn't care about the phone because I'm just not in the market for a new phone. We've talked about this a ton.
How did they look?
The Galaxy Buds Pro?
Yeah.
Amazing. Except for the only thing is they come in the bean case, that square case, and I prefer the oval pill-shaped case of like the Buds Plus.
It is square, but it's thinner, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think it's like the exact same case.
Oh, that's annoying.
So I'm a little bit about that, but
what, $200?
$200.
That's not bad.
So what I will say is they're impressive on paper. I don't want to make any, assessments now. I haven't watched any YouTube videos on it because I want to make my own assessment. On paper, what they promise, super impressive. They have the ANC that's supposed to be AirPods Pro level matched. They have two-way speakers with an 11mm woofer and a 6.5mm tweeter, so you get really good dynamic audio there. They're IPX7, so they're really good for working out, which doesn't necessarily apply to me, but a lot of people, actually people I know that I was talking to at work about them, were like, oh, are they IPX rated? And I was like, yeah, they're IPX7. He's like, perfect, That's exactly what I need, because he goes to the gym and sweats, and he says he's broken like tens of...
Really?
Yeah, like bad. So they're IPX7, and then the only thing is, I will solely admit that this is a really cool feature, but I'm also just kind of like meh about it, because it's a complete ripoff of what Apple did. Spatial audio. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not. No.
So, you put your earbuds in, right? Picture this, everyone listening. You put your earbuds in, left, right, you have stereo audio. You hold your phone out in front of you, you have stereo audio. You have left and right. You turn your head to the right, it knows your phone is on the left side of your head, and it will play audio as if it's coming from that side.
That's cool.
It's cool.
But, aside from a gimmick, it's not.
Aside from a gimmick, it's not. But the thing is, it's the exact same thing that Apple just came out with the iPhone 12. So
Wait
I'm kind
a minute.
I'm kind of 50-50 on
Hold on a second. You're telling me that Samsung, the company that is very much in second place, is copying the guy who's in first place?
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine.
And then they have the S series devices, which I think are all very beautiful devices, very awesome, surprisingly affordable in terms of how much a flagship costs nowadays, but they don't come with chargers.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? They not 6 months ago, not even, when the iPhone 12 came out, they put the Samsung Twitter, official Samsung Twitter, posted a picture of the charging brick and said, "Oh, this is included with every device you buy. This is included." What do they do with the next day? What do they do with the next phone?
That's the thing, is the fact
What do they do with the next phone? They don't include the brick in the box.
That's the thing, is the fact they have the audacity to do it immediately versus like the headphone jack. They waited a generation.
Yeah.
Right? They had the audacity.
They did it immediately.
They did it not a year later, because the iPhone 12 isn't a year old yet. It's what, like 6 months, 5 months old? Right?
Not even, yeah.
So they did it less. I mean, granted, this phone was probably designed before.
Came out like October.
Yeah, they've done this not even 6 months later.
Like, come on, dude.
I lost so much respect in that little announcement, because everything else about the phone seems fucking amazing. Like the fact that the S series, granted it is only the Ultra, can support the S Pen now. Like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, it doesn't slide in the phone like the Note series, but the fact that you can buy an S Pen for it is still really cool. But then they have to hit us with something like that.
Yeah, so my theory with that is actually...
They're phasing out the Note. Placing my bet now, motherfucker.
I was saying my theory with the charging brick thing.
Oh.
My theory with that is not only to increase sales on charging bricks, that one's the obvious.
Yeah.
Right? With Android, it's not as effective because you can get a brick like that anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the same hardware locks that Apple does. However, another thing I thought about was it makes the boxes smaller so that more can fit in one shipment, so they don't have to spend as much money shipping their phones from China or Taiwan or wherever they're made to Vietnam, the States. Vietnam, yeah, wherever. It's the same area.
Yeah.
It's across the planet is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They can ship more per shipment.
Yeah. Instead of a lot of 1,000, it's a lot of 10,000, you know?
Yeah, they don't have to spend as much on shipping. Plus, because they don't have to worry about labor costs. The people who build these things aren't paid anything, right? They're basically slaves.
Basically.
Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. They make, like, maybe $1 a week. Okay? Yep. So, they don't have to worry about that. But shipping costs will kill them. Because how much does a crate of 5,000 phones weigh?
Sure, it's a fucking shit ton.
A lot, right?
Yeah.
So, the less weight they have to ship, or the more they can cram into that weight.
Yeah.
You know? If they want to put 1 ton of phones, and that's now 7,000 phones instead of 5,000.
Yeah. That's 2,000 more devices they fit.
It costs way less to ship.
Mm-hmm.
You may not think that that's, considerable, but companies think like that.
Well, because in the end, it is considerable for a company like Samsung or Apple where they have these mass shipments of devices, you know?
How many devices do they sell?
That's the thing. If you look, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I know it's, in the millions.
Yeah.
So, we're just talking 7,000 here. So,
I'll say from where I'm sitting, it's a shitload of devices. Yeah. A lot of them.
Yeah. So just a brief little spec dump, and one thing that's kind of cool is obviously they all have the 120 hertz refresh, which is pretty
That's
epic.
Actually pretty cool. I'm not going to lie.
That's the only thing I really like about like the S20 and Note 20 and then the Note 21, S21, sorry, is the refresh rate. But
it's interesting from like a tech perspective sort of view. However, I just don't know how practical that's going to be. Like, what practically are you viewing on your phone that's 120 FPS?
Well, everything is from like Instagram scrolling and stuff. It all runs at 120 hertz, so it's mostly for navigation. The high refresh rate.
Oh, because my navigation the animations are twice as smooth now.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, from what I've heard from people who use the newer phones, though, is that's like one of the biggest like improvements. Is it actually just makes it so much faster feeling, which is true. It's no different than it is different, but it's not super different than going in developer options and like turning off animations.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Well, just like I said, I haven't used one, but from what I've heard from anyone who's used the 120 hertz on the new Samsung phones, is that once you do, you can't switch it back to 60
I'm assuming it's the same story as the people tech reviewers who look at a 1080p monitor and they're like, oh, the pixels are huge, I can count them. Like, it looks fine. This is a 2560 by 1080 machine, or monitor that we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Looks perfectly okay.
Yeah.
I see no difference, right? This is my eyes. I see almost no difference between this and my 1440p monitor.
Yeah.
Not even nearly nothing. I straight up see no difference.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing for like monitors and displays is HDR and things like that. Not resolution. Not on a monitor, anyway.
But like, yeah, that's the thing is, I also heard these are getting bumped back to 1080p.
Yeah, well, the base model, like S21, yeah.
Which was a complaint I heard from some people. You're not going to notice the difference between 1080p and 4K on a screen that's 6 inches.
No, if anything, the biggest difference is you'll probably have way better battery life.
I'm not even saying this like subjectively, like I don't notice a difference. I'm saying this is objectively true. There's only so much pixel density that you can put into a screen before it's just unnoticeable.
Yeah.
1080p for a 6-inch display is more than fine.
Yeah, for sure. But regardless, just a brief spec dump. They have the new dynamic refresh rate for saving battery. So during normal use, the phone will be at like 41 hertz, and then as you get into certain apps, it goes up to 120 and anywhere in between.
My phone got the G-Sync now.
Basically.
That's pretty cool.
6.2, so this is the S21. 6.2-inch display, Snapdragon 888, which all three phones have. 8 gigs of RAM and either 128 or 256 gig, or 265 gigs, actually, is what I saw.
That's weird.
So I'm wondering if it was meant to be 256.
It might have been a typo.
That's what I'm thinking, because I saw that and I was like, 265 doesn't seem right. But anyway, in a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So the same thing I got in my Note 10 here. Note 10 Plus, the 4,000 milliamp. The S21 Plus is the 6.7 inch, same shit as the other one, and a 4,800 milliamp hour battery. And then the S21 Ultra is 6.8 inches, has the same Snapdragon, 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, up to 512 gigabyte storage, and a whopping 5,000 milliamp hour battery. $799, $999, and $1199 respectively. That's on the low storage end. That's the starting price.
That's actually for for what phones cost now. That's not that bad.
No, when I saw the price of the Ultra, I was actually like, huh, not bad.
Because the S20 Ultra was what, $14.99.
I was trying to remember if it was the S20 Ultra or the Note 20 Ultra. I think it was the Note 20 Ultra that was like $13.49 or whatever.
Also, why do you need 16 gigabytes of RAM on your phone?
Because they don't have as tight-knit of an ecosystem as Apple. That's the simple reason.
Like, this has, I think, 6 gigs.
Yeah.
And I've never run into issues.
So the reasoning comes into, if you want to compare one of these phones to the newest iPhone, which is obviously what Samsung ultimately wants, they want to be better, quote-unquote, than the iPhone, they need that 16 gigs of RAM because they can't micromanage it as much as Apple can micromanage their 6 gigs. So the performance they're getting out of the 16 gigs of RAM is dog compared to what Apple's doing with their 6 gig. So it's kind of like an overcompensation. Because, like you said, do you run into any issues day to day? No, but when they're benchmarking these phones to try and prove that it's better than an iPhone, they need to have that performance boost.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense that it's solely just for like a dick measuring contest.
It's
really
exactly what it is, because 16 gigs of RAM on a phone, the only application I could see that being used for is if you use Samsung DeX for some reason as your main computer input, and I'm using air quotes. The only time I could see getting anywhere near 16 or 12 gigs of RAM being necessary.
I don't, right, okay. Let me put this into perspective for a minute.
Oh, none of them have expandable storage, by the way. Fuck.
Suck my dick, Samsung. Not a Samsung fan anymore.
Honestly, in my opinion, I would say
over the last,
Note 10 Plus is probably their last phone I've seen them unveil that I actually liked.
Over the last year or so, I've been less and less of a Samsung fan.
Yeah, I do love their earbuds.
That being said, I probably will buy the earbuds if they're good.
I'll let you know.
But let me put this into perspective for a minute on how much 16 gigs of RAM really is. I have a laptop, 16 gigs of RAM, right? And it's not like I'm running anything crazy on it either. It's a lightweight Linux-based operating system, just like Android.
Yep.
I run a browser window with, 15, 16, 20 tabs open. I can run 2 concurrent virtual machines with no issues on the virtual machines or the desktop actual machine.
Yep.
And that's all my other background apps, Spotify, Discord, whatever. No issues with that either. So it's solely just for dick measuring.
Yeah. And honestly, you want to know my biggest...
I hardly use that on my desktop, which has 64 gigs. That's why I bought 64 gigs of RAM, to be fair, so I can't really fault Samsung.
But you see, here's the difference there, though, is like 64 gigs of RAM really isn't that expensive on a desktop side. Like, it is, but it's not.
I think I paid like $300, $350.
Yeah. But I mean, think about what your desktop capability is comparatively to this phone.
At least 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. What I wanted to say was, there was one part of the presentation. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the Galaxy Buds part, checked out, and then went back and reviewed some of it.
That's fair.
The S Pen support on the Ultra. Now, you want to know why I have a little issue with the way they presented it? So, they come up on stage and they go, and here's the new redesigned S Pen, and it's more of like an Apple Pencil.
Okay.
And then they go, this only works with the S20 Ultra because Ultra is meant to be ultra great and better than any device we've made to date.
That's such bullshit.
In that statement, they said this S Pen that you can buy for the S series will only work on the Ultra model because it's meant to be the best of the 3.
Suck my nuts.
That was the reasoning. It wasn't like, hey, this device can only do it because of this and this. It was just because we said it should.
I guarantee you that there's going to be home brewers who have S Pen support on the lower models instantly.
Yeah, I would think so.
They probably already do, and the phone's not even out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. And then there was the Smart Tads. Did you see those? Tile competitor.
Yeah, you did leave a note in it. Even Tile as a thing, I don't understand it. Isn't it Bluetooth?
It's Bluetooth. That's my problem. So they have
a Bluetooth range like 12 feet.
Yeah, so they have the Galaxy Smart Tag, which is a Bluetooth tracker. They have the Galaxy Smart Tag Plus, which is the same thing, but you want to know the difference? When you're connected to Bluetooth, you can put your phone into the camera, pull it up in augmented reality, and it will point an arrow towards where the device is.
But while you're in Bluetooth.
That is my biggest problem with any tracker. I have a Key Smart tracker with Tile, and the biggest problem I have with it, and the reason I don't have a Tile subscription, and the reason I don't charge it anymore, is because if I somehow left my house keys here and drove home and was like, oh shit, where are my house keys?
Wouldn't tell you where they are.
The only thing it will say is this is the last place it was connected to your phone, which doesn't do me any good if I left it on a bus or dropped it in the street. That doesn't do me any good.
Also, that I didn't even think about. Charging. What happens when you forget to charge the thing?
So with my keys, that tough luck with the smart tags, it says they have batteries that last a couple months, and then I think you might have to buy new ones.
Like new batteries?
I think it's supposed to be a button cell battery, but they didn't say anything about buying the battery. They just straight up were talking about buying the tags.
Of course, yeah.
So,
yeah, that's the thing is like that sounds great and all, but like, one, maybe keep track of your stuff. Two, what happens when it dies, dipshit? Good luck, retard. I just here's the thing. I'm very disorganized. As a person.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I was speaking.
I'm sorry. I thought of something interesting.
I'm very disorganized as a person, and I can keep track of my stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it does help that I have a pretty good memory.
Yeah.
I know what I have. Most of the time, I just don't remember where exactly I put it, and a tile is not going to help me with that.
Yeah.
A tile isn't going to help me find where in this drawer something is.
Well, you can ping it to make it buzz.
My
only difference.
My desk drawer, it's about a foot deep.
Yeah.
And it's stacked to the brim with shit. And I have tons of stuff. Like, I know for a fact I have a mini USB cable. It's in this drawer. I just gotta find it in this mound of black cables.
Yeah. But there's another thing that the Galaxy Smart Tab does over something like Tile.
Okay.
So you have a Samsung phone. Our friend Alex has a Samsung phone.
I do.
Plenty of people do. Plenty of people do, right?
Alex, when is your skinny ass gonna get on the podcast?
Yeah, answer right now.
Yeah. He didn't answer. Coward.
What a anyway, so.
What a fucking...
Neanderthal. I got you.
Nice guy. Funny fella.
Oh, no. So, the example they use is they put it on a dog's collar. Dog goes missing. Okay?
Your dog doesn't have Bluetooth. How's he going to charge it?
So, hold up. Hang on.
Where's he going to get the replacement batteries, Jordan? He doesn't have thumbs, Jordan.
Chunk does.
He's not a dog.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's dogs out there with thumbs, too.
He also doesn't go outside.
Well, that's because he's a loser.
Yeah, like he Oscar. Is a loser.
Anyway, my point is, what it will do is, you're like, oh no, my dog's missing. You go to the app that has the tracker associated with it, and you tap it. And what it will do is it will ping nearby other Samsung users that your tag is in that area and you're looking for it.
Oh, really?
And then they're supposed to contact you as to where the tag is. And it will show up on your map like, oh, these Samsung users in this radius all were able to detect it. So, say the person's dog walks through, your backyard right now, and they're looking for it. They can ping it, and it will say, oh, Chris's Galaxy S9 or whatever, Note 9, right? And Jordan's Note 10 Plus or whatever detected it in this vicinity.
That's pretty cool.
It's cool, but it's not...
But also,
it's just, I don't know.
For something that's a similar size, and also doesn't need a subscription, is you can just get one of those little GPS tags.
Yeah.
They're, not going to be that much bigger than, a Tile or whatever.
Yeah.
And you don't need, a subscription, and it'll tell you where it is because it's GPS.
Yeah. Which is what I want.
For navigation, to find out the position you are on the globe, the global positioning system is pretty good.
Yeah.
GPS, global positioning system, will tell you the position on the globe Not Bluetooth. That's when your teeth go weird.
Yeah.
Like when you eat a Smurf.
Can't say
I don't know what tangent I'm going on right now. I don't know what bit I'm doing. I'm just in a really good mood.
Yeah, but no, truthfully, I've wanted like a GPS tracker for a while and not this BS Bluetooth trackers, but it seems like we're gonna have to wait.
Install it in Oscar. cut open like a tauntaun.
He has that pocket. Or
yeah,
whatever.
oh, the little pouch. Yeah,
yeah. I'll just slice that, stick a Bluetooth right GPS tracker in there,
and then every so often you gotta charge them up.
I'll put the
sit still, Oscar.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not super impressed with the whole Galaxy Unpacked. I'm excited because Tuesday, the day before yesterday, as of when this is uploaded, the day before, I'll have gotten my Galaxy Buds Pro. So
also, you can tell me how they are.
Well, I'll see you at work on Wednesday.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And Tuesday.
Yeah. So I'll get them Tuesday night. You can try them Wednesday.
Epic.
So I'm hoping they're good. I hope so.
Epic.
So we shall see. Yeah.
I actually can't see. I'm blind.
Oh, so how are you gonna work? Where you're working then?
I don't know what to tell you.
You're fired.
Okay. See ya.
No, not from life.
Oh, okay.
Imagine.
Yo, cars.
Cars, yeah. What about them? The things are boom boom.
Yeah.
I'm in my mom's car.
There was a movie in 2006 called Cars.
Yeah.
A car with eyes.
Yeah.
And then he got lost. And then he met an older car.
Did he not have a GPS?
No, he didn't. Oddly enough, he was.
Oh, he didn't have a Samsung Smart Tracker either?
No. He was put on a truck, and then the truck guy. There was no Samsung cars in the area.
Gotcha.
There was no Samsung.
No Apple cars either.
No. There was, so they couldn't actually ping the Samsung Tile or whatever he had, the
Smart Tag.
the smartwatch he had, and basically what happened is he got lost, and then he had to through the help of an older, wiser car, he had to escape.
So
and
let
then
me get this straight.
And then he met this like powder blue Porsche who was really hot.
So let me get this straight. A 2006 Corolla met with like a 98 Ford, and he taught him how to escape?
Basically, yeah, Ford Escape.
There you go.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
We should make a movie called Ford Escape, and it's really just Harrison Ford playing Indiana Jones.
That's that was a summary of the 2006 film Cars, starring Cars.
Featuring cars.
The reason I'm going on this tangent is because tech companies,
mm-hmm.
Apple and Nvidia specifically,
Best Buy, don't forget them,
are making cars. Planning on making cars.
Yeah.
Did you know Samsung actually already makes cars?
Yeah.
They make cars overseas.
Mm-hmm.
With
Exynos processors in them.
That
I'm familiar with.
They make them alongside Renault, the French company.
Oppo Reno or Renault? I've never heard of Renault.
You've probably heard someone say it Renault here.
Yeah. Because
people don't know how to say things here.
Yeah.
It's Renault. It's French.
Yeah.
They make really unreliable French cars, right? So I'm assuming Samsung, I think they sell them in South Korea. Samsung Renault cars are very unreliable French pieces of shit. So, just like me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because, yeah, they have talked about it in the past during their Unpacked, where they showed that they have their Exynos chips that communicate with each other and this, that, and the other fucking thing.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah. So.
Apple, actually, they were in talks with Tesla for a while.
Ooh, fun.
But they decided they don't like Tesla.
Understandable.
Which is fair.
I don't like Tesla.
But I don't know. I feel like they would be peas in a pod. They operate the same way.
Yeah, they just screw consumers.
They screw over consumers. They don't want you to repair anything. You just buy a new one. Their cars are basically disposable. Like,
the only difference is that like Apple's quality control is actually really good.
They have a really, really annoying fanboys.
Yep.
Both of them.
Yep.
So anyway, Apple was in talks with Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla, they didn't like each other.
Understandable.
Tim Apple and
Tim Tesla.
Tim Tesla. They got in a little beef, a little scrap, a fist fight.
Yeah. Mano a mano.
Yeah, so Apple said, no, we don't want Tesla to make cars. I don't know actually why it fell through, but it did. And they turned to Hyundai.
Hyundai?
Yeah, Hyundai. They said, hey, Hyundai.
Perfect.
You want to make cars for us? And I don't know if it went anywhere, but that's what I heard, is that they're trying to make cars with Hyundai or Hyundai. However you want to say it.
Hyundai.
I don't even know how to say it, and I drive one.
Hyundai.
I drive one.
So is there going to be like the new Hyundai,
Apple, the
Hyundai
new Apple
Apple
Elantra.
4. Oh, the Apple Elantra.
No, the I don't know,
Apple
the
Seed.
iCar. The
iMobile.
The iCar.
iAccent.
No, I drive a Hyundai. They're decent cars.
Yeah.
As long as they're under warranty. They have actually, once you get up there in mileage, they have histories of engine problems.
Yeah.
Which, my car's under warranty to 100,000 miles, so I don't care.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And I have other cars now, so.
Mm-hmm. And you have Chunk, so.
I can ride him. Look at him, sitting there, sleeping.
Something tells me that if you sat on him, he would turn into a stain on the ground.
Oh, definitely.
He would just be this black and white powdered like coating.
It's like he wouldn't be called Chunk anymore. He would be called Liquid.
Yeah, yeah. Or at this point, because of how much pressure it'd be, it'd just be gas. He'd be known as gas.
He would straight up turn to plasma. He would go super critical. He would be gaseous and
split an atom as you sit on it.
Yeah,
detonates.
Man.
Anyway, yeah, the iCar. I mean, it's better than Facebook making their car, since Apple's all privacy. Apple's like, Facebook. Sorry, Facebook's like data. Give me data. All companies are.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
And Nvidia, they want to break into the automotive industry.
Yep.
Using NIO, which is a Chinese EV manufacturer.
Okay.
They basically they're based in Shenzhen, China, and they make electric vehicles. That's all I know about them. I don't know if they're any good. I don't know if they pull weird exit scams like Nikola did.
Yeah.
Because there's Tesla, and then there's Nikola. Two different companies. They're not associated with each other. They both make EVs.
Yeah.
Nikola is the company that teamed with GM to make the new electric Hummer.
Yep.
Which kind of turned out to also be a sham. But the electric Hummer is coming at some point, and I kind of want one, but that's unrelated.
I want the electric Mustang that Ford showed.
Oh, do they have a proper Mustang that's electric, or they just have the Mach-E?
Let me see. I saw it the other day.
Because I actually heard that they were doing a stick shift EV.
Really?
A stick shift EV, and if I did a stick shift EV, I'd buy an EV.
Let me see. Yeah, because they have the Mach-E here, which is...
Mach-E is...
It's more of like an SUV, I feel like.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
was
Mustang as a brand rather than as
there was one
Ford.
I saw that I think was possibly a concept car.
It's like how Dodge, right? You had the Dodge Ram. Now it's just Ram. They're not part of Dodge anymore. So they nixed like the Dakota.
Dodge the father, Ram the daughter. You ever heard that?
No, I haven't, but I have now. Basically, Dodge is they don't do like small trucks anymore. They have the Ram 1500. That's their smallest truck. Yeah. It's a shame you don't get small trucks anymore.
Yeah, you weren't able to find the small truck you were looking for. The best thing you found was like an older Ranger. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially manual.
What I'm saying, right, is that even small trucks now, like a 2021 Tacoma, which Tacomas inherently are small trucks. They're like quarter ton.
It's a fucking Toyota.
They're like quarter ton.
So it lasts for life at least.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you say that it's a Toyota, but you get to the Tundra, and that's a half-ton truck. That's a big truck.
Yeah.
A big V8 in the front, whatever.
Big milk titties.
But the Tundras, new Tundras are huge compared to what they used to be. They used to be small, but now they're all 4 doors, 6-foot bed. You gotta haul the kids and the wife and the dog and the cat and the goldfish and grandma You gotta, like...
The casket for Grandpa.
And you gotta put 26 days worth of luggage in the back, in the bed.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And never mind any other trucks, like the GM trucks. Mm-hmm. A new GMC Sierra is like, it's 6 feet off the ground, and it's got 38-inch tires. It's, or the new, I guess same thing, Silverados.
Yeah.
This same truck, different badging. It's huge. It's got,
Yeah.
4 doors, 8-foot bed, and it's like $80,000.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, finding small trucks is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
If you guys would like a small truck, you might just want to buy an SUV. You just don't get the bed. Just attach a trailer. You're good.
Well, the thing is, if you want something 2-wheel drive, small truck, super easy to find, old ones.
Yeah. Remember the guy I've talked about at work a couple times? The guy who was like, Valhalla sucked, but Immortals is awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started last week was my first week at my new job or whatever, in the new department. And my boss or whatever, who's your boss as well, was like, hey, your laptop's ready. Go grab it. I was like, okay, so we were in this bid meeting all week. We were in a bid meeting about the kickoff of the year and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go to grab the laptop. I'm kind of like hustling. I'm like, all right, gotta get back to the meeting, get the laptop set up, we'll be good. I get the laptop, come back up the stairs, go all the way around, and then I run into that guy. And I just said, he just looked at me, and I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? I took like 10 more steps, and he just goes, I beat CyBeRpUnK. I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to get away from this guy now. So I turn around, and he just goes, what a waste of fucking time. And I was just like...
I wouldn't call it a waste of time.
And I was just like, oh yeah? And he goes, it's fucking trash. And I was like, why do you say that? And he was like, the whole story just sucks. He goes, everything around the story is good, but the story sucks. And I was like, didn't you play on NetSpots 1? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. I thought so.
I feel like, right, when you make statements like that, you say, oh, this is just bad. Yeah. It sucked. People who make statements like that very rarely explain what they didn't like.
No, it was bad. It's the same fucking dude who told me Valhalla was bad and then told me Immortals Phoenix Rising looked epic, when it's literally the same goddamn developers that made a game that was a spin-off of the same game.
I'm going to bring it back to vehicles again. That's like saying, God damn, I hate Chevy Trailblazers, but man, do I love me a GMC Envoy.
Yeah.
They're literally the same vehicle.
Chuck. Chunk came to mind.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't. He doesn't say things.
Chuck. That's all I'll call him, as you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
He had, as you know, I had a 2003 Ford Explorer during high school. He had that 2003 Mountaineer. Mercury Mountaineer.
My dad had a Mountaineer. Those are nice vehicles.
He turns to me, and he looks me dead in my eyes, and he goes, Ford sucks. Mercury's better.
Bro, you're driving a Ford.
I looked at him. And I go, dude, you have the same car as me, same year. And he was like, no, mine's better.
You ever notice that they look exactly the same?
Do you remember? I think you were with me when he said something similar, and then he like revved his engine, and he was like,
well, but revving the engine for him was like he took it to like 2,500.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do
what we were doing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what we did in your Volkswagen, the Golf that day. So, are you still selling that?
Yeah.
Getting
rid of her.
Nah, he don't care.
He can't drive stick.
Oh, he doesn't have the proper thumb.
Yeah. He's got 2 feet, but he doesn't have good control over him. He doesn't know the clutch and all that. So
yeah, understandable.
It's hard for him.
Anyone interested yet, or?
Had a couple people. Had someone at work.
Anybody look or no?
No, I had someone. Someone at work. His buddy wanted to look at it. And he said to let him know a good time, and then I forgot. So I'll have to text him or something.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Hopefully someone will buy that. But yeah, he said that to me, and I was just like, bro, I gotta get to my fucking meeting. Like, I don't have time for this. And then he was just like, I don't know. He was just talking, and I'm like, I'm still reeling from the Ford sucks. Mercury is better. Yeah, that's what he said to me that day.
That's really funny.
I just looked at him and I'm like, bro, the Mountaineers. It's the same thing, bro.
It's literally the same vehicle.
It's the same fucking vehicle. Like, dude, what? Like, we had the same year and everything.
Yeah. Like, you ever think about this? Give it a think. He's a smart guy. I'm not going to say he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a think. Give it a look. You ever notice how they look exactly the same?
Yeah.
Aside from the emblem on the front. It's a different circle.
Yeah.
Well, I guess,
one's a circle, one's an oval.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big difference. Hey, have you seen that concept for the new Ford logo? I don't know if we had talked about it already.
No, what I do know, though, is have you seen, like, a newer, like, F-250 or something?
Like, new as in, what, 2018 and up? Or
yeah, like 18 and up, like, how massive the Ford logos are.
Yes. Specifically on the Super Duty ones, right?
Yeah, the Super Duty's like...
It's like 4 inches and
yeah, it's like, you
width.
gotta tell them it's a Ford.
I like
so I
that,
gotta make it a dinner plate on the front.
Personally, I like that.
What I will say is, I like what they've done with the, like, F-150 Raptor and, like, the Ford Bronco, where they put the new Broncos, that is. But with the F-150 Raptor, they put Ford across, like,
the
as
subscreen
the
on
grill.
the window. Oh, and the grill. Okay.
As the grill, it just says Ford, which
I
is pretty
that.
cool. I like that a lot.
I think I like that more than the fuck off dinner plate logo.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
With the Bronco, they put Bronco across the front.
Yeah.
And that's the grill. That's really cool to me.
I like that stuff.
And if I could afford one, I'd buy a new Bronco.
I also like how I think it's mostly the newer Fords, possibly starting at like F-250 as well, and I think even new Explorers, they have like a silk screen on the window that at the top it'll say like F-150 or Explorer.
Oh, really?
That stuff's pretty cool. My dad's actually no, it's not even newer Fords because my dad's 05 has it.
Oh.
It says F-150 at the top of the window. So you know how they have like the black dots? It says it there.
Oh, okay.
Sick. I like that.
That's
for some reason.
A lot of vehicles do that. Like Jeep does that.
Yeah.
Where they have the little, like, it fades into black, but they're like across the bottom of the windshield. There's a little Jeep.
Yeah.
Crawling on rocks.
Yeah, they
That's cute.
How do you feel about? So we talk about how Tesla people are just like fanboys that don't know anything.
Yes.
I have a similar opinion about Jeep owners, except for the fact that I feel like they do know what they're talking about for the most part, but they're just arrogant assholes. Like Wranglers.
I don't know. I know maybe one. I know one Wrangler owner, and I never talked to him about his Jeep. But he has mentioned it a couple times while I was around. But it was always like, oh, I'm getting this, so I'm getting that for my Jeep.
Yeah.
And that was it, really.
Yeah.
But
I had a friend at work.
He actually uses his Jeep for Jeep stuff. Like, he does off-roading and stuff.
I had a friend at work who left months ago who did the same thing. He had a nice Jeep. He was always putting, like, brand new shocks in the thing, you know, and making it epic and then doing, like, off-roading.
Yeah.
But then there's, like, I know so many people from high school that were like, I want a Jeep, and they get a Jeep, and they're just the biggest losers I've ever seen. And then anytime I'm driving, anytime there's a fucking Wrangler behind me, it's just always on your ass. No matter what. I was literally, you know where the speed limit coming down transitions from 40 to 50? Yeah. I was doing 65 and they fucking tailgated me. Like,
well, that's just, I mean...
That's just driving in general, but I have a lot of experiences with Jeep people, I feel.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of, like, Jeep people that do things like that.
I also have a big issue with Subaru drivers doing the same thing.
Subaru people are annoying, I will say that. Like, guys with, like, hopped up WRXs and whatever.
Yeah.
Those guys are annoying.
Like an STI, except for the fact that the STI is nicer.
Yeah, they're like, hang on, I'm not going to go for the STI. I'm going to get a base model WRX and then put $30,000 worth of mods into it.
Yeah.
So, actually, you know, I will say with Jeep people, I will make this statement. My neighbor, he is a Jeep Wrangler. I think he bought it brand new a couple years ago or a year ago, whatever. And older guy, 50s, 60s maybe, I don't know. And he's put like 10 or 15 grand worth of mods into it.
Yeah.
He doesn't off-road as far as I know. But I don't know the guy very well, so maybe he does. But I just know that Jeep is very clean and pristine all the time.
Yeah. Well, I don't have issue with like having a pride type of car, like a car you take a lot of pride in.
But he did that, but
yeah,
he installed a light bar on the front.
That's cool.
And he left the light bar on, pointed directly at my house all night.
That's not cool.
I went to get food. This was like 7 o'clock. I went out to get food. Light bar was on. I figured, he's testing it, whatever. Because he was still out there. It's like, he's testing it, whatever. He just put the light bar on. Light bar was on. Came back. Half an hour later, came back with food. Light bar's still on. It's like the sun is out. That thing's bright.
Yeah.
So I left the light bar on. Went inside. Light bar was on. Came back upstairs. Light bar was on. Like, oh my god, this fucking guy's I am gonna bash his light bar out if he doesn't turn it off.
Yeah. That's the thing is, like, I'm not really a car guy, but, like, if my hope is to eventually have, like, a Mustang, whether it's electric, gas, or just have this really nice Mustang and take really pristine care of it. So I have no problem with that. It's just that there's some people out there that I just feel like are just, their ego matches their car.
I think so. There's also that really weird, right? I am just really into, like, trucks. I don't know what, it doesn't matter to me what they are. Mm-hmm. I just like trucks.
Yeah.
Right? And people are like, oh, Ford sucks. Oh, Chevy sucks. Blah, blah, blah.
I hate that shit,
I'm
too.
just like, oh, cool truck.
Yeah.
I like truck.
Yeah.
I'm just like, cool truck.
Yeah.
I like trucks. I don't care, right? F-150, GMC Sierra, Silverado, Ram 1500, Tacoma.
Fucking
Tundra, whatever you drive. I like the truck. I like trucks. Nissan Titan, that's your cup of tea. I just like trucks. I just don't think, right, you should feel better about yourself because, I've only driven Ford because my grandpappy only drove Fords, right?
Yeah.
Or I only drive Chevy because my grandpappy only drove Chevys. I think the time for that shit is over.
Yeah.
Get over it. There's more cars than Fords and Chevys, right?
Yeah.
And there's things I like that Ford does, and there's things I like that Chevy does, and there's things that I don't like that Ford does, and there's things I don't like that Chevy does.
Yeah.
If I was to buy a brand new truck today, I would buy a Tacoma, to tell you the truth, because it'll last 50 years.
Yeah.
It'll last, it'll last, it will outlast me.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I don't know how true this is, but seeing as my car is obviously a Chevy and obviously de facto it's a GM, I've always heard GM interiors are ass and don't really hold up, and I think that might very well be true because of all the cosmetic issues with my car. There's like the dash is fucked up, like there's like the clear coat on the buttons for the radio, not the radio, the heat, there's like peeling. And I see that shit. If you ever look up like GM interior clear coat, that shit does not hold up.
Maybe you're thinking like lower end GM vehicles. My dad had a Silverado. Mm-hmm. But it was like an 2011 Silverado for a while. And it wasn't like a base model. It was like a higher end trim model. And the interior on that was mint.
Was it?
It was.
It very well might be like their lower end
wood
cars.
Paneling. There was leather seats. They were heated. Mm-hmm. It was mint in there. Yeah. But also, to be honest with you, people who complain about the interiors of cars, like, get over yourself, right? Mm-hmm. I like cars. I like them, right? Yeah. Frankly. However, I don't live in my car. If you do, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't live in my car.
Yeah.
All I want is a somewhat comfortable place to put my ass while I drive. Because for me, cars is all about the driving experience. I don't care about how the interior looks. It's got leather seats. It's got leather seats. It's got this and that. It's got a built-in flashlight. I don't know.
Robotic arms.
It's like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
Can we make built-in flashlights like a thing?
Sure. I don't see why not. Whenever we get around to that Synapse Misfire project car, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll install.
Not a bad idea.
I was thinking about that the other day. We should just get like a cheap auction car. Talking like $500-$600 tops for an auction car. Go pick it up, tow it home, and then fucking just go wild with it. Because it's going to be like another $100-$200 with auction fees.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to spend $1,000 to have it delivered, so I would just tow it.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm the type of person where I always, no matter how old something I own is, take like what I would consider good care of it. Like I had my '03 Explorer. I tried to keep the interior as clean as possible. Right now I have my '09 Cobalt. I keep it as clean as possible. So I think there's a difference between like a clean interior and then someone who buys a car with like leather seats and, like you said, the built-in flashlight, and that's a bit much for me. Like I don't care about options. I don't need heated seats. I don't need none of that. But I do want a nice looking interior.
That's fair.
That's how I.
And I'm not gonna knock you if you like the heated seats and
or
all
the
that
built-in
jazz.
flashlights
Or the built-in, but legitimately, like you can get pickup trucks. You don't get a standard work truck anymore. You get an $80,000 luxury vehicle, right? And you can get pickup trucks with massaging seats. Massaging seats.
I don't even see how that's like legal for the driver's seat, to be honest with you.
Like,
or do you have to be like stopped or something? Like,
no, you just push the button and it starts massaging you. I don't get it.
Yeah, or like lane departure assist on a fucking pickup truck.
Lane departure assist.
I do have to say the thing Chevy does.
It's a pickup truck, a big pickup truck. If you're going into a lane, whatever's there is getting the fuck out of your way.
The thing with what's it called? With the Chevys, the new pickup trucks. I don't know if any other manufacturers have started doing this. I like that trailer view that they do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's fucking impressive. That's awesome.
That's really cool. Sick. Where they do like the 360 cam
and it like
the trailer
shuts,
view.
It like just vanishes the fucking trailer. It's like such a wide angle.
Yeah.
Where you go in
reverse. That's super cool. I do like the idea in terms of technology on vehicles. I don't like many technology. I like the idea of a backup cam, and I like the idea of, if you have a truck, a trailer cam. That's pretty mint.
Yeah.
And I would end up, if I had a big truck where I towed a big trailer, I would put like an aftermarket one on if it didn't have it.
Yeah. Because it's kind of necessity when you have a big trailer attached. It's like super hard to back up with a trailer without a camera. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a truck guy per se. I wouldn't mind having a truck, but I also love the fuel economy of a little car. I fucking love it, dude. So epic. Like the amount of oomph I can get out of my car now compared to the Explorer I had is just like night and day. So that's why I feel like it's nice to have that, daily driver and then
a fun car.
I
see what you're saying.
That's why for me, like if I do end up eventually getting a Mustang in the future, that's not going to be my only vehicle.
Oh,
of
definitely
course,
not.
That I'm gonna have my regular fucking Hyundai Accent or my Ford Fusion or something, and then bust out the Mustang.
I fully support the idea of getting like a cheap, and I mean like cheap relative, something you get cheap new, like you said, Ford Fusion, Hyundai Accent, Toyota Yaris, Honda Fit, something cheap as your daily commuter.
Yeah.
You go back and forth, and then you spend your money. You dump your main money into something nice, something fun that you drive on the weekends.
Before I got my car now, before I moved out and everything, I wanted a 2019 Ford Fusion Titanium all-wheel drive edition, because that's a nice fucking car if you get it in like the gray color. Very nice car, and it's, I want to say, I think it was like 27,000.
Oh shit!
Very nice car.
Well, didn't you say? I remember you mentioned this to me. Didn't you say you had like $8,000 or $10,000 you were gonna put down on it?
Yeah.
To finance it.
And then I moved out and was like, it's a bad idea because
I don't really want to spend $10,000 right now.
The insurance
plus a $300 payment for a car.
Well, that's the thing. So the insurance, right? The insurance on my car now already kind of pisses me off because I'm under my mom still, so it's only like $118. But I was trying to get my own policy originally, and they were like, yeah, $400 a month for a car valued at $1,450, right? And then when I was like, hey, what if I got this 2019, Ford Fusion Titanium all-wheel drive? It was going to be $650 a month for insurance.
My Accent. When I got my Accent, I was 18 years old.
This is Geico, by the way.
This is Geico.
Yeah.
When I got my Accent, I was 18 years old. I bought it brand new. Brand new. My insurance was $210 a month.
Under your dad?
Under me.
Under you.
My policy.
Really?
And now it's $185. I have 3 vehicles.
When the lady on the phone said that to my mom, she was on speaker. My mom was calling about it. And I just went, tell that lady to go fuck herself. And I walked away.
Well, because I was shopping around for insurance at the time before I actually bought the car, because I was like, I need to make sure I can actually afford this.
Yeah, of course, yeah. See, you have brain. You're not super smooth, but somewhat smooth.
Yeah. I got a couple wrinkles, you know.
Sometimes they fire. It's like it's just going, and then
it's like you know the DVD screen on your DVD player where it bounces when it hits the corner. I have one thought.
A synapse.
A synapse fires, if you will.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a misfire, and that's it happens.
That's how you end up with a Volkswagen Golf.
Yeah. Anyway, I was shopping around for insurance, and I was like, hang on, my dad has Allstate, so I'm gonna see what Allstate wants. And I asked my dad to actually talk to his insurance agent.
And ask them, yeah.
And ask her, and she said it was like $480 a month
for your Accent.
For my Accent, for under me.
On your own policy, yeah.
For me to get it. And I was like, I can't swing that. There's no way.
No, it's fucking insane.
So I shopped around, and I did Progressive first, and Progressive wanted like $225 a month. I was like, okay,
that's not bad. But I heard Progressive is shit, though, with everything else.
I can swing that. But then I was like, I want to try a couple more first. And then I did a quote from Geico, and they wanted $215 or something, or $210.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go with that because it's $10 cheaper.
Yeah.
And I've never heard anything bad about Geico.
No.
And I've had okay experiences with them. I've been on the phone with them a couple times, and they're like, their phone support is pretty quick.
Yeah.
You just, hey, this is my problem. And they're like, and then it's fixed. Adding vehicles, removing vehicles. Your policy auto renews.
Mm-hmm.
It's mint.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I like Geico. It's just like the price they wanted for that car. The lowest we could get them was like $385 for a car valued $1,400. And then
for what, your car now?
My 2009 Chevy Cobalt base model with fucking manual windows and locks. Yes.
I have an idea for that, by the way. What you do is you take the little window crank off, and you put the little dingus end that spins on the crank. You put that in the chuck of a drill,
and then just
bing bang boom, man. Goddamn power windows.
I have a better idea. I hooked that up to an impact gun, hooked up to a compressor strapped to the trunk. The window just flies. It fucking explodes.
Hang on, I gotta get the window down. Give her some ugga-duggas.
That's if someone cuts me off in traffic. I just crank it. It's like a self-destruct button.
You hear the compressor goes in the back, and you go, "Hey, fuck yo, buddy."
I'm gonna hook the impact this time up to my wheel and spin the wheels faster.
Just one wheel.
Get some more horsepower.
my left rear wheel. That's what I want to do, so I can just spin out on a dime.
On my front wheel drive car, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Fucking. I almost got hit today, guys. I was showing Chris the video.
Yeah, actually, I was the one who hit him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like with my fist.
Wait, but you didn't yet.
Anyway, you got hit almost.
Yeah.
Almost got hit. What happened? You were going on the street?
I was just going.
Towards my house?
I'm vibing. I'm like, all right, on my way to Chris's. I'm going to grab us coffee. I had it mobile ordered. I was like maybe half a mile from the Dunkin'. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be good. Good podcast session. And I looked to the left, and I'm like, oh, there's a Verizon. Yep. I'm just kind of, scanning the horizon, just vibing on my own.
Just chilling.
Just hyped. Just ready to record. And then I just kind of, out of my periphery from the right, I just see a door. And I'm
encroaching on you.
And I'm just like, what the fuck's happening? So I just turn, and there's just a gray hood. And I'm like, wait, my car's red.
Hang on a minute.
I basically yeet the wheel to the left. Not actually, but I go into the left because luckily it's like it's kind of like a divided highway.
You almost clipped a motorcycle. doing that.
Almost. So it's kind of, there's a large median here. It's yellow painted with the dashes, so it's just like a painted on median. It's not like a fucking cement mound or grass. Yeah. So I basically drove in the middle of this median and beeped, and what was funny was I was looking back at the dash cam footage with Chris, and I just see this motorcycle just come out of the parking lot, turn, and then as soon as I crank the wheel and go in the middle, I just see him shift lanes like on a dime. And I'm like, oh man, he probably straight shit his pants when he just saw headlights. Poor guy.
I actually, that same stretch of road, I think a bit further down.
Towards the Cumberland Farms?
No, there's a gas station, a Speedway.
Yeah.
Gas station right next to
literally
that.
Like 100 feet away then, yeah.
Right next to that, there's a smoke shop that's like recessed way down like a hill.
Yeah.
And people fly out of there like nobody's business. Because they cut across 2 lanes of traffic to go the opposite way.
Yeah, because it's a 4-lane road.
4-lane road, right? Yeah. So now, I'm driving in my Volkswagen, actually. I was driving, and this is right after we did the brakes, by the way, a couple days after.
Oh, I guess that's good.
So that's good. So what I was doing, I was driving, and a guy just pulls straight out, not even looking. I slammed on the brakes. I gave him the meanest look I ever give anyone. And I said, look, I'm driving a shitbox, so I was driving my nice car. And you hit me, I would have beaten you to death.
Yeah.
I don't have the time for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, people be crazy.
Yeah.
You know, people are, right, we're in a very high stress time. And and it's been reflected in the way people act and the way people drive.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story about the undercover cop outside my apartment a couple of days before we moved into the apartment?
Yeah, you told me the story.
So, just brief overview. Me and my girlfriend stayed up a couple of days before we were ready to move in, doing dishes, getting everything ready for when we did move in. And we come outside at like 9 o'clock at night, and there's a dude sitting on his car, vaping. And we get in her car, and he starts walking over to us, and I'm like, hey, get us out of here. And she puts it in drive, and she didn't even start the car. So that was the short of it. It turned out he was an undercover cop. He was asking us questions. Well, the same fucking thing happened 2 days ago.
Oh, no shit.
But not with an undercover cop. Instead, it was 2 fucking, hoodlum guys, right?
2 hoodlums.
We got outside, and I'm bringing laundry down, and I stick it in the back seat, and these guys are maybe 65 feet down our road walking in the center of the street. 2 dudes with black hoodies. No, they weren't black people. They were white guys, so I'm not fucking profiling them. They're just white dudes with hoodies on.
Yeah, I don't care what race you are. If you're walking towards me with like a hoodie on, hood over like your face, you're shady.
Yeah. So I opened the back door.
Black, white, blue, I don't care.
I stick the laundry bin in it and I said, start your car and let's go. I go around, I get in the passenger door, close the door, lock the doors. She goes to put it in drive and her car shuts off because she remote started the car and didn't put the key in the ignition.
Why do you keep trusting this woman to get you out of danger?
So, I'm at the point where I've come to a conclusion that if that happens again, I'm just running back in the apartment and leaving her in the car.
What you do, right, is that you drive from now on.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And they were walking towards the crack house that's on the end of my street.
Okay.
Which I found out the other day, that undercover cop.
He was looking for that house?
He was. I knew that day, but I didn't know anything came of it. Because remember, I forgot to mention this. We didn't believe he was an undercover cop when it happened, so we drove down the road and we saw like 15 police cars parked with lights off waiting. I didn't think anything came of that. While I was talking to her cousin's fiance, who happens to be like into fucking like criminology and shit, and he was like, oh yeah, that was the biggest drug bust in our area in like the past 5 years.
No shit.
And I was just like, huh, epic.
There was a guy actually, the next town over, who, he, actually got busted with a shitload of heroin. Like,
really?
Pounds and pounds of heroin. He, basically, he lived in a decently nice house. The only reason I knew is because my history teacher brought it up because it was one of his former students.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, yeah, one of
Was that Kevin? I don't want to say a last name.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't be any different than, yeah, but it was him.
Yeah. He said, yeah, this is one of my former students. He just got busted for heroin. He had a shitload of heroin and, like pills and, coke or whatever. And he got busted.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Kevin, if you watch this. He knows where I live, too. He lives on my street.
Oh, let's go visit him.
Okay.
Let's bring him a pound of heroin. Be like, here you go. Thanks for the teachings.
I don't think he liked either of us very much, so.
No, I mean, he didn't really like me.
He didn't really speak to me that much, so.
I'm not a very eccentric person, so.
That's true, yeah.
And he was. I'm very, like, I'm talkative. I'm not shy. I'll talk to anybody, but, like, I don't scream and shout at the top of my lungs like he does, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I never, he'd be telling his jokes and talking his shit, because that's what he did, and I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Woo!
Like, just, woo!
That's what he did all the time. He'd
go,
woo!
Yeah. I'm just very much like, bro, I'm at school. Can you just shut the fuck up?
Can you, like, I don't even want to be here,
The only thing I looked forward to in high school wasn't like, oh, man, I can't wait to go to history or, like, go home. It was like, hey, I have physics with Chris.
I want to see the boys.
I got math with Chris. I was like, I just want to vibe. Like,
I want to see the boys.
Like, it's history, bro. Like, I told him straight up one day. I was like, I don't like history. Like, just understand this. And he was like, no, I get it. And I was like, yeah, just shut the fuck up, please.
Can you please quiet down before I remove your vocal cords?
Hey, I don't know if I have my test still, but, you know, is this, what kinetic energy be described as, you know, energy and movement? What was the question he asked?
It was, is velocity, would you say velocity is a scalar or a vector? Yeah, so, this is a quick story just before we wrap it up, because we're about an hour and a half. A friend of ours, we were taking our physics final senior year.
With a
substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Right? Our physics final. Like, senior year. It was like...
all or
the
nothing.
Day we left, bro. Or the day before.
Yeah.
Whatever. And...
we all hand in our tests.
Yeah. We hand in our tests. Well, Jordan and I did. A couple other people around us did. Because we had a big group where we sat near each other and we were just talking bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? And our friend was still working on his test. And he was bullshitting with us. He was talking with us. So the substitute teacher, he thought that he was done with the test.
Because you shouldn't be bullshitting during a test.
Exactly. So... he puts like his jacket or something in front of the test.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see that he has it. And then he starts asking the sub questions that's on the test. He goes, he's looking at it, and he looks at one of the questions. He goes, and the question was, what's a scalar quantity? What's a vector quantity? Is velocity a scalar or a vector? Is mass a scalar or a vector? Whatever.
Yeah.
And he's looking at it and he goes, hey, Mr. Sub's name, would you say that velocity is like a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? Like, I just wanted to know. I'm just like really into physics, you know. He didn't even phrase it that smooth. He just straight up asks the question that was on the test.
Yeah.
And he starts answering the questions, not thinking of anything.
Thinking he's teaching.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's a vector, you know, because it's dynamic, you know.
Yeah, it has direction. It has a magnitude to it. Yeah. And
he's like, okay. And then he asks another question that's on the test. And then the sub, he narrows his eyes a bit. And he looks over at the pile of handed in tests. He goes, do you still have a test? And he goes, yeah, I do. He was pissed.
What did the sub say?
He looks at him and he goes, if it were my choice, I'd throw your fucking test away right now.
Yeah.
He was pissed.
That's literally what he said.
He was so mad.
Yeah.
Verbatim, that's what he said. I'd be mad too if I was a substitute in the class.
Oh, and then he went on a tangent. He was like, I've lost all trust in you, is what he said. He literally said that.
Like, all things considered, he probably should have known that, like, this dipshit wasn't really into physics.
Yeah.
You know?
But all things considered, of all the times to do something like that, why is it the last day?
The last test. Like, if you fail, there's a good chance you're going to fail the class, dude. Imagine the last thing one of your teachers says to you is, I have lost all respect and trust in you. And then you graduate. I don't understand how you could graduate and feel okay with that. You just dip.
I don't know how you could feel okay with that.
No,
I'd feel like shit. Anyway. That was a good way to end it.
It's a quick story. One for the books.
One for the books.
So, if you enjoyed the show, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, death threat, whatever you want to do. Make sure, if you have a favorite podcasting app, you can import our RSS feed into your favorite podcasting app, like I said, or your least favorite. I don't care.
Neither do I.
Spotify, links in the description. Listen on Spotify if you have a subscription, whatever. Email, contact us, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, and or death threats.
They shall be read.
They shall be read.
On the show.
On the show. And that's it. That's the show. Unless you have anything else to add.
No, I'm pretty much a subtractor in all social situations, so.
Yeah, you're kind of a drain on society, to be honest.
I'm gonna text your boss right now and ask for you to not come in ever. You're fired.
All right.
All right, fuck you.
All right, you can get out of my house now.
All right, then I'm on my way, pussy.
All right, see ya.
Yeah, shut up, bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah, fuck you, faggot.
I'm gonna say something racist right now.
I'm gonna leave it in.